Alright, bear with me. You're now a part of Call Me House's philosophy of farming mixed with his art class. You'll see what I mean here in a second. So I was doing a little bit of account sorting. I'm so close to getting Jedi Master loot that while I'm doing it, I'm trying to make sure that I have mods farming in the background. I'm improving everybody who needs current mods. I'm working towards using my slicing material so that way I'm not just holding on to a bunch of things. You know, applying Zetas where I can, making sure all my Omicrons have a home, really getting use out of my roster. You know what I mean? And while I was doing that, I was making a couple of extra tabs in order to make sure that I know where I want to go in the future, making sure that I have who's I'm farming crit mods for currently, making sure that the tenacity mods I have prepped for Malik and Emphy's Nest just have a home, so when I get to those characters I can just quick swap them over. You know, just a little bit of managing. And while I was doing that, I made this node, this little squad called Hard Node Gear Farms. Now, some of these are things that I've already been farming on the side, right? Carthanasi has Mark III Carbontes in him, and on top of that, he has a good ship, and on top of that, he's a part of the Darth Revan requirements. Same with Juhani, where she is a Darth Revan requirement, and she has Mark III holo projectors on it, which is, of course, a rhodium heat sink food, and still needed on quite a few characters. She doesn't have a ship, she's not that cool. And they're both very mediocre characters on their own, but they have a greater purpose in life, right? And while I was getting all of this prepped and ready, I was researching what nodes have Mark III Carbontes on them, so I could figure, you know, in the future, if I ever have a need for Mark III Carbontes, I can farm these characters in whatever facet I wanted to. The problem I have with this currently isn't the idea, but it's the other characters on this list, right? Specifically, I want to talk about Echo and Wrecker. The other ones, of course, they've been here a long time, but these are nice and recent, so it's all fresh in our memories that all of them have become accelerated rate characters. And this really got me thinking, because I was like, well, I do want to farm the BLT sandwich eventually, and then with Wrecker being at a 2-drop farm, it made me think about pushing him into my farming regimen, even though I'm not going to have a place for him at all. I'm not working on the Bad Batch currently. I don't have a home for him inside of some Shock T lineup or anything like that. It would just be me getting Wrecker for no reason, comparatively to other characters, where I still need Journey Guide characters for Beskar Armor Mandalorian and Darth Revan. I need to work towards the Executor and stuff like that. And this right here is how mobile game companies get you. So in the skin of Star Wars Galaxy of Heroes, I wanted to have a little bit of a chat with you to make sure that maybe, you know, people are hearing this and going, oh yeah, sure, that makes sense. But some people, it's not quite like clicking with. I wanted to have this ugly graphic where maybe we have to do a little mental gymnastics, but with my voice along with it, it's gonna make sense. It's gonna make sense, okay? So we're gonna start off. I'm going to have a dope purple cursor. This right here. Oh, hang on. I gotta click on space. Space. There we go. That's me, right? And we're gonna talk about our account as a whole. So first off, this right here represents the core of your account, right? This is a finished team. And this is going to resemble a very terrible, awful tree. And it'll all make sense in the future. So these core teams, right, are going to be your Revans, right? Darth Revan and Jedi Knight Revan. This is going to be your Commander Luke Skywalker, your Gas 501st, your Imperial Troopers, maybe. All these teams that are really kind of keeping your account grounded. You're going to pull victories in GAC because of these teams, right? These are a part of the canopy of your tree. They are able to obtain sunlight. Hang on. Oh, hang on. They are able to obtain sunlight and feed nutrients down to the rest of your tree, right? All these nutrients from chlorophyll or whatever it is, all right? All because these teams exist, because they're able to pull their weight. And because of that, you're now thinking, well, it's time for me to pick up another team. And you pick up these ships. Because you're like, oh, perfect. They're going to be able to get me ship current, or they're going to be able to get me ship currency, they're going to be able to get me crystals, because I'll be able to place within the top 50, yada, 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 right? So you start investing in these, and the slog begins. You get to a point, you're halfway up the tree, right? You're about 6 months out from finishing all of the ships, having everything in tip-top shape, all the abilities done, and then they're going to be a part of the canopy as well, right? And when they're a part of the canopy, they're going to be able to get all these tasty nutrients and feed it back through the tree. So you now have even more nutrients to make more branches, right? Now, how they get you, and this is what I want to highlight, is by releasing new characters. Now, I know these don't look like new characters. This is the mental gymnastics. Stick with me. Stick with me. They release your favorite character, right? This CLS looking guy. This is your favorite character. This is the Darth Malgus release. This is when Vitiate comes out. Maybe you're a Lord Vader fan, because like many of us, all right, the prequels were dope. That's him being released, and it's going to take you time and effort to get him farmed. But it's your favorite character, so you're willing to do it. So you take away... You take away... Oi! I said black. Thank you. You take away the progress that you were working on here, right? You get further up the tree. You now only have 3 months left to finish these. So they're up there, but they're still not feeding nutrients to the rest of the tree, right? Because you've moved the nutrients down here. What'd you know? You've moved that nutrients to help fill this guy, not this guy. Now, because of that, a couple good things happen, right? Of course, your favorite character, he's going to be a part of the canopy. Oh, maybe in a similar amount of time, right? He's going to be 4 months because he's a character. He's a little bit easier to get up and running than ships from time to time. There's a chance, right? So we'll give him a little bit of the benefit of a doubt, right? And you're like, oh, perfect. This is going to be great. He's not the best, but you love him, okay? And then a good team becomes 2x farming, right? You've seen the Bad Batch exist. These are, I know, I get it. They're not the Bad Batch. Trust me. I'm a little lazy. You got to do the gymnastics with me, okay? The Bad Batch releases as a 2x farmable drop rate. You've seen this team ruin Grievous. You've seen it counter the Qui-Gon Jinn Omicron. You've seen it ruin 3v3 teams and not need, what's her name? Omega. It's amazing. It's gonna be great. A huge boon to your account when you finish it. So what do? You already know what I'm gonna say. You stop mid-farm on this. Hang on. Does this work? If I erase this, is this? That works. I can just paint it over. You stop the farm here. And you move it over back to red. It's got 2 months left. Wait. Give me the paintbrush. You got 2 months left on your farm to finish this guy till he can start getting nutrients for your tree. Your tree's still not getting nutrients from him. It's still not getting nutrients over here. But now what you've done, back up top, down to yellow, is that you've started feeding nutrients here into all these idiots. And it's a whole new team, but it's a really good team. It's going to do great things for you, right? And you'll be able to finish this team in 5 months, right? And now you see the cycle continues and continues and continues. And you're like, but it's still fine. We're getting nutrients here from, the middle part of our tree. But now we're going to talk about the problems, right? Your tree is fighting with all these other trees. Other trees? We're going to make other trees blue. Blue, right? So while this part of your canopy is getting light, other canopies are encroaching, okay? Just like in a normal forest. They're trying to kill your tree and take your spot, just like a normal tree. So when they're encroaching in, right, this is your squad arena and ship arena and GAC metaphor, boys and girls. You got to stick with me on this one. Now all the sunlight that could be going to your account, you're only getting this much sunlight. You're only getting sunlight from these idiots here. None of these idiots are producing you any sunlight. Nothing. They're not getting you anywhere. They're not giving you energy to feed to other accounts. Sorry, they're not giving you energy to feed to other teams to help bolster anything. They're not making it so that you're able to do CPIT. They're not helping you in GOTB. They're not making it so your GACs are always full clears. They're not doing anything for you. They're sitting on the bench, half geared, gear 7, not enough Zetas, right? This is the problem, because as you do this, right? As you do this, slowly, hang on, move it to blue. The teams that you have farmed, because it's a mobile game, excuse me, I said blue. Oh, because I'm dumb and I went down. Slowly, because it's a mobile game and power creep is still, it's always going to exist a little bit. So they got to release better things. Slowly, they're going to start encroaching on top of your tree. Blah, 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 blah. Right? Pop over on this side. Blah, 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 blah. Right? And now, you're losing more and more in GAC. You're not able to place top 50 in your ship arena. You're not able to do any of this. The amount of sun you get is even less than it was previous. It's only popping into this part of your tree, because you're not able to keep up with the meta. Black it out, because now this isn't providing sunlight for your tree. This isn't providing sunlight for your tree. We're not getting nutrients from any of these core teams. They're just starting to get one shot in your GACs. This hasn't been providing anything. It's just dying off. Your whole tree is losing it, and it's kind of your fault a little bit. You know, of course you can always buy some fertilizer for $100 crystal vault, but you're not trying to do that. You're trying to play free to play. So what you need to do is finish growing your branch. So if you finish growing your branch, back over to us. You finish growing your branch, comes up here. All of a sudden, you now control all of this canopy on this side. All of this. We gotta get all that enemy canopy out of our tree. Get out of here. This is how we're living life. Now you're able to get all those sun rays, right? You're getting the 50, 100, 250 crystals from Ship Arena. You're able to hold defensively on your top wall with GAC. These characters are able to do a little bit extra on offense instead of defense because your ships are able to participate. So even though they have more counters out nowadays, you're able to use them offensively better. And all of a sudden, that means you have more nutrients to then feed into your favorite character, who, once you finish, you already know it. Welcome to the metaphor, baby. We grow, we cover, and our tree expands. This right here, okay, this is my beautiful art. This is what I want to really instill with this account. This is the problem that I've faced for many a year now, right? Is I have been on this same plan where I'm not getting the energy. I'm not feeding all this down to my roots. I'm not finishing over here and over here. No, 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 no. I continue to kill my own tree personally. I'm doing this. It's not because, you know, they dangle it in my face and go, you have to do this. They dangle it in my face and give me the chance to farm my favorite character. The chance to farm these 2x characters. And I fall for it. Every time I go, I can grow another branch. I can grow another branch. And then my branch growth gets stunted. And we just keep cutting off inch after inch after inch until finally there's nothing but a nub there. And the tree dies. I get tired of Star Wars Galaxy of Heroes. I quit. And then I have to come back and sit here and trim off all these dead branches and be sad about it and work with such a wilted, awful tree in a forest that's huge. But we can grow our tree. Alright? Hopefully you stuck around for this metaphor. I think it's funny. Oh, man. Hopefully this helps you guys understand a little bit, you know? If not, you can see that I'm crazy, and that's what's up. Later.